So what did we discuss yesterday?
Release management.
We discussed about roles and responsibilities of a success factors consultant. We discussed about
Landscape,
the
landscape.
system landscape, and the types of systems that we have. Okay. Types of systems we have not discussed. We have to discuss that.
Data centers.
Okay. So we'll move this here, and we'll have the types of systems also. That is also important. I think I've missed it yesterday. Okay. And we discussed about the data centers and the number of systems that each customer would have in that data center. Okay. So let's discuss on types of systems and then move to release management because this is interrelated. The types of system, there are two types of systems. The first system that we have is the provisioning. And the second system is called the instance. These are the two types of systems. Provisioning can only be accessed by certified consultants. Only if you are a certified consultant, then you will have access to provisioning. And instance, anybody can log into instance. If you have credentials, you can log into instance. All the end users would be logging to instance. They will not require or they will not need the provisioning access. Provisioning access is only accessed by a certified consultant. So what do we do in provisioning? Though we do a very little configuration in provisioning system, it is required to have the provisioning access. Okay. So what do we do in provisioning is only the 5% of the entire configuration is done in the provisioning. We enable or disable the services that are required for the instance. Now within Employee Central, there are many features. We have features like time off, which is related to attendance and leave management. We have timesheets, we have position management, workflows, we have languages. So these are all options of Employee Central. Now within this Employee Central, all of these are the features that may or may not be required for every customer. We also have global assignment, we have concurrent employment, we have contingent workforce. All of these are may or may not be required for every customer. So if it is required, we'll go and enable them in provisioning. Once we enable it in the provisioning system, so these configurations related to these features would be enabled in instance and we'll have to go and configure it. And say there is a customer we are implementing for. That customer is operating from 10 different countries and they have a policy of sending their employees from one country to other country for a short or long-term assignment. The country transfer is different. Country transfer, employee is sent to the other country. Now employees current country, the employment in the current country is terminated and employee would be joining the a different country. That is different. That is called a country transfer. Whereas in global assignment, the employee's country with the home country would be the same. Employee will still be in the same country, but for a short and a long term assignment, employee would be moving to a different country. So that is called a global assignment. If you want to use this feature, you enable it in provisioning system and then come back to instance and configure all of those things like whether you want to have short-term assignment, long-term assignment, what is short-term assignment, what is long-term assignment, how many fields you want to see, who should be doing this. So all of these configurations you will be doing in an instance. Same thing with the time and attendance or time sheets or no time management. You go enable it if customer want to have it in provisioning system. Once you enable, come back to instance, you will see all the configuration screens in instance. Like, no, what are the types of leaves that you want to configure? No, how the employees are to be applying the leave. So how many leaves are to be granted? So what is the period in processing? So you need to configure a lot of things in instance to have this work for customer. Okay, so these are the two types of system. Now when I say the customer will be having the landscape of dev, quality and production system, each and every system will have again provisioning and instance. Dev will have a provisioning and instance, quality will have a provisioning and instance, production will have a provisioning and instance. And if you have any other instances or any other system, then that will also have provisioning and instance. Clear on this types of system?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, next is moving to the release management. Yesterday we have discussed that we have different data centers and these data centers are split into two parts, preview and provisioning. So why that, sorry, preview and production. Why is that split into two parts, preview and production, is because of the release management. SuccessFactors upgrades or updates their systems once in 6 months or twice in a year. Okay, and that is called your release. And we call them 1H and 2H of that year. 1H and 2H. 1H is first half of the year, 2H is second half of the year. In this two releases, SuccessFactors would be upgrading the product. What does these updates or upgrades contain? These upgrades contain universal features, or earlier we were calling them universal features, now they are calling it as automatically on. Universal or automatically on. And then you have admin opt-ins, opt-in or opt-out. Both of them are same. Admin opt-in, or we call them customer configured. Then you have provisioning opt-in, contact enablement partner. Okay, and you also have contact product support. Okay, so these are the four different types of features that you will see in each release. The first one is universal or automatically on. There are certain features which doesn't require any of any of your intervention. We don't have to do anything. On that specific day, you will see those changes getting automatically updated into the system. There is no configuration required. Some things which SAP has made them automatically after that release. So those are called universal or automatically on. And then second type of features are admin opt-ins or customer configured. Now, as the name says, customer configured, there are some prerequisites, there are some configurations that we have to do to use this functionality. That functionality will be available in the system, but we need to configure it or we need to do some changes in the system to see that change. But here in Universal, you don't have to do anything. As a consultant, you don't need to configure anything. So by default, you will see those features. But for customer configured, if customer want to have them, now, these may not be required for every customer. If customer feels that yes, this is required in the system, then you'd go and configure it, enable it. The third is provisioning opting. These are done in instance, and these are done in provisioning system. Some features which are enabled or disabled in the provisioning. So those things will have to enable or disable to see the change in the system. And then last is contact product support. There are some features which are available in the system, which would be available for all customers in the near future, but now temporarily available. But if you want to use them, you can contact SAP to enable it for you. So those are called contact product support. And along with this, they also do the notable fixed issues. Notable fixed issues. Now these are the fixes that they do in the system. If they have identified any bugs in the system, now either identified by SAP or identified by some customers, and customers have reported that issue in the system, so they will be fixing those issues. Those are called notable fixed issues. And some features are deprecated. Deprecated means removed, and they will be giving you the date and time when they are going to delete the functionality. Some functionalities, what they do is they improve or they enhance the functionality and they give it as additional option. Let's say the one good example for it. Now currently we are using reports in SuccessFactors system. The reports, we have different kinds of reports like tiles, dashboards, table reports, canvas reports, or the advanced reports. These are the types of reports that we have. Now, all of these reports are going to be deprecated in 2025. Next year, by end of next year, all of these reports will be removed from system. We have now a new reporting tool called story reports. Now, this is available in system now. Customer can go and start using the story reports. After November 2025, now all of these reports will not be available. Every customer would be moving to story reports. Now it is an optional addition which customer can go and enable and start using it. But after November 25, all of the customers who are using these reports will be moved to story reports. Everybody has to use story report because these reports are being deprecated. So some of the features which SAP feels that these are no longer required and we have the alternative option for it, they will be deprecating them, or any enhancements done on that area. So they will be moving out from that functionality. Those are called deprecations or deprecated values. Okay, you will see in the within deprecated, they will say that this is end of life of for that particular feature. Whereas some you will see that end of development, they stop any kind of developments that are required in that area. So because they are going to deprecate by November 25th, 2025 of November, they will not do any kind of developments. They'll stop developments in that area. Any developments that they have to do, they will do it in story reports and not that report. So this is one example. There could be many other deprecations that can happen in the system. Okay. Now earlier we used to have a different success factor screen. So that screen used to look like more of tiles, more of boxes on the screen. Now they have enhanced the screen, and now the current screen what we are using now, this was introduced in 2022 itself. 22, I think end of 2022, or yes, end of 2022. They've introduced this as a new homepage. Earlier, this was available in the system as admin opt-in. If you want to use it, you go enable it and now start using it. But later, they have removed the old homepage and made the new homepage as the current homepage for every customer. Okay. Any doubts here? Any doubts so far? Levi and Sattar, please have your chat personally, though it is a good morning wish. Okay, no doubts on release management. Okay,
I believe
I have
we will internalize it much later.
yeah, I have some questions here. If you don't have questions, I have some questions. So how do we know what are the features that are going to come? How will
Based
consultant
on the release management.
based on the release management? But as a customer, as a consultant, you should be knowing the release information, right? How
So
many
there might be
features are
some communication from the
yes.
there might be
Okay.
some communication
There
from
is
this app itself.
some communication happening from SAP to all the consultants and the implementation partners. Okay. So yesterday we
Yeah.
discussed that implementation partner, consultant, and the customer. Who can be an implementation partner?
IBM or who
Like
is the
Deloitte,
relevant?
IBM,
Only
EY,
these
something like
companies.
that.
Any criteria for calling them as implementation partners?
Because
Now
they're
these
gonna
implement.
implement for
They
the
are
end client.
certified.
Okay. So if they are implementing success factors, we are calling them implementation partners. Tomorrow I'll set up an office. I have now 10 consultants working with me. Can I go ahead and configure or implement success factors?
Then
Or tomorrow, if one of you want to start, implementing success factors for one of your known customer. Can you do that? You cannot do that. Because to implement success factors for a customer, firstly, we should be associated with SAP. We should be associated with SAP. That means we need to take license from SAP to implement success factors. Once you have that license, we can implement success factors for any customer. It is like a franchise. If
So
I
Venu,
want to
here
have,
if
hmm, go ahead.
uh, we cannot implement for end client directly, let's say for example we are working for Coke or some
Hmm,
company, and
hmm.
I I was applying for a jobs for a Coke, and I will not be having opportunity to do success factor directly to the Coke.
No, as an individual, you cannot implement. But as a consultant associating with one of the implementation partner, you can implement. Now, why are we calling them as implementation partners? Because they are partnered with SAP. They are tied up with SAP. They have the license to implement success factors for the customers. Now, it is like a franchising. Now, if I want to
Okay.
have a burger, McDonald's burger, where do I have to go to get it? The nearest branch or okay,
Yeah.
nearest store of McDonald's. I won't get it in the retail or some of the supermarkets. No, I don't. Right? So I'll have to go
Yeah.
to that particular outlet to get that product. It could be KFC, it could be McDonald's, it could be Pizza Hut. I have to go there to
Hmm.
get that product. I don't get that in supermarkets. The same thing here. If you want success factors to be implemented, you need to contact the partners, implementation partners. Okay,
Only for the implementation.
and these consultants are to be associated with implementation partner. You should be hired by implementation partner. Now you are a consultant. If customer hires you, a consultant is hired by customer. Can you implement there? No, customer is not an implementation partner. Why should customer go with implementation partner, not directly with consultants? Because there are
Because
few
It,
things which can, yeah, there are few things which
implementation.
cannot be done by everybody. There are few things which can only be done by implementation partner. This provisioning access is not given to customers. If you don't have provisioning, you will not be able to enable those services. If you don't enable those services, you will not be able to do the configuration instance. Everybody can have instance. Everybody can have the configuration screens. It is just the security. If you enable it for no, some users, they can go and do the configuration. Can do configuration in instance, but not the provisioning. To get provisioning access, should have the implementation partner association. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of these release information, you will find it in a portal called community.successfactors.com. There's a portal called community.successfactors.com. This one. Okay. Now all of the information related to your release management is available here. Community.sap.com and then SuccessFactors. If you go here, just scroll down. You have product release and roadmap. Click on it. Now it says the release schedule, view of the upcoming planned preview and production releases. What is it saying? Preview and production release dates. Note that the upgrades will begin from late Friday night onwards, early hours of Saturday or midnights of Friday. Hence, Friday starting date is listed for each weekend. Now, these are the dates. First half and second half. I'll paste it here, these dates.
And Venu, this can be accessed by everyone, or again, this is something which implementation partner would have access.
Now, this can be accessed by anybody, implementation partner or a customer. Okay, I'll tell you how to access this. So here if you see, the first half of release is going to happen for 2024. The first half of release is going to happen in preview system on 19th of April. And the production release is going to happen on 17th of May. That means you have a gap of 1 month here, April 19th till 17th of May. And second half of release is going to happen on October 18th and production it is November 15th. Again, close to a 1 month gap there. So first it always happens in preview systems. It happens in preview system. Now once the release happens or just before the release, preview release, SuccessFactors would be giving you the all information about the new features that are going to come. So your release document, everything you need to know about the new features and functions. Just before 1 week or 10 days, like 19th, 10th, 12th, between 10th and 12th, they will be updating all of this information here. Now, if you see here, what's new viewer 2H available now? This is 2H 2023 because the recent release what we had was 2H 2023, last year's second half release. And then release highlight documents. There are some question and answer sessions that happens in every release. So you'll find the questions here, release question series, question and answer series. Okay, let's go here and see some of the release features, previous release features. Click on what's new viewer. You see there are 429 entries. There are 429 release features which have come in last release 2H 2023. And these 429 entries, these are related to all the modules of SuccessFactors, not only Employee Central. Every module will have some new features. And these 429 are for all the modules. And if you want to filter on the module base, you can go and select product. I want to see only, let's say product, I want to see only Employee Central. So within Employee Central, you have 110 entries. Okay. So we talked about different features, right? Customer configured, contact specialist or success partner or account manager, contact product support, customer engagement, both of them are same here, automatically on. Universal features, these are admin opt-ins and then provisioning opt-ins. can go and choose what do you want to see. Within each module, again, within Employee Central, you have different areas of Employee Central. And if you want to see only particular area, like I want to see the features related to people profile. People profile is nothing but the employee profile page. If there are any changes in the people profile, you can see them here. Okay. And you'll find some information here. Minor visual changes in 2H 2023. SAP SuccessFactors made numerous minor visual enhancements in 2H 2023. Following enhancements are particular note, although many less visible enhancements have been made. Now, to know more about these features, you can click see more. It opens up a document. This entire document can also be downloaded into PDF version. So this contains all of the modules like onboarding, we have learning related and payroll related, compensation related, career development, succession, and so on. So all of these modules. And these are some minor changes which happened in the last release. Now, within each area, what is changed? You will go and see here. Within compensation, there are some text changes. I'll explain you in detail. Within Employee Central, time management, the styling has been changed. Okay, so these are all some minor features that got changed. Okay, similarly, there's one more. So this is automatically on. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so this is automatically on. Second phone field, emergency contact no longer hidden in details. Okay, this is automatic for every customer. This is the new change. Okay, I've now just enabled people profile. I'll enable some more which are required. Employee data. Company organization. Okay, you enable some features, you will see here there are 37 release features. Now all of these release features can also be downloaded. Here there are 25 entries. I'll put all entries. All the 37 entries will show up here. Now if I move this to right, you'll see the enablement automatically on customer configured. This is customer configured. Let's go and see what is customer configured. More notification cards available in Microsoft Teams. You need to do some configuration. You see, configuration requirements. What is to be configured? Where should we navigate to configure that? Okay. So all of these step-by-step details they will be giving you. And wherever required, they will also be giving you the screenshots, like what is changed, how was it looking earlier, and how was it looking before, and how is it looking now. This is customer configured. Okay, in some places they will also give the demo videos. You click on it, system opens up a video, a small 30 seconds or 1 minute video without any audio. They'll just navigate and show you what's changed in SuccessFactors, job requisition approval. Okay, so how to navigate, where to click on it, what is the change, that they will be explaining you. This will not have any audio. This will just show you the screens of SuccessFactors. Okay, this is related to requisition. Okay, so there are some more notification types. That's the change in the system which has come in the last release. It is important to know about these release features because these are the changes that happens in the product. Some features which were not available earlier or available with this release or with the coming releases. So we should have a knowledge of what are the release features, what are the enhancements that are done in the product. Next time when you recommend some changes to the customer, you should tell them that this is now available and this can be configured in the system. Okay, so even the complete list can be downloaded here. Now it is either CSV here or PDF. You can also download this into a CSV or PDF, or this can also, this is more useful. But again, here you don't have option to filter what features you want to see. You need to navigate to the contents to see what page you want to navigate. Okay, just click on full document, downloads. Any doubts here?
When I have a doubt, how can I access this site?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. Now to access these pages, community.successfactors.com or any of these pages, either you should be associated with implementation partner or you should be the customer. From customer end, users can also, some users can also access these URLs. So all that you need is the S user ID, which looks like this. Yes. Okay. The SID. This can be either given by your implementation partner or you can also get it from your customer, or when you do certification, you'll also get one S user ID. You can also use this to log into community.successfactors.com. Okay, clear? Jayanti, are you getting it? You're not there yesterday, so.
I believe we'll get a hang on this with time, sir.
No,
Sorry?
I have a
So I
question.
believe we'll get a hang on them with overtime of use. We'll get used to them.
I have a question. Um, so
Yeah,
does it
go ahead.
mean that we have to get this certification before we are able to, have access to the success factors system to,
To access
like work on?
instance, you don't need any certification, but
Okay,
the first thing that is asked in your interviews for SuccessFactors consultant is whether you have the active certification or not. We'll talk about certification now. Why is certification important? Certification is important to implement SuccessFactors for customer, right? So that's why before now you're hired by any implementation partner, they will ask for your certification. If you have done your certification, then once you're hired, you'll have to submit your certificate so that implementation partner converts that certificate or uses your S user ID and convert that into a partner ID. Your customer will also give you a partner ID with which you can download documents, download some contents of SuccessFactors, or you can log into provisioning. You can do all other activities. Okay, we'll talk about certification now.
Excuse me,
If
sir.
you
Can
don't
I
have
ask you a
any,
question?
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I want to buttress what she asked. So what your answer to her question means that we don't need any of these to do our configuration while we're training.
Yes, you don't need certification. That's what I said. You don't need
Thank you.
certification to do any of these configurations in the instance. None of you will be logging into provisioning. Okay.
Okay.
Or the consultants doesn't need the certification to do the configurations of instance. But yes, for provisioning, any changes that you want to do in the provisioning, you need the access to provisioning, and for accessing provisioning you need certification. But for now, to attend these sessions, you don't need any certification. Once you complete the course, you'll have to subscribe for the certification, go do your certification and start applying for jobs. Or once you get your job, you can do, once you have your offer letter with you, you can go and do certification. We are not implementing here for any customer. We are looking at the system configuration, how to configure it for the customers. And the customer configuration always starts with the provisioning setup. The first thing that we do is set up the provisioning. Enable all the features that are required for your customer from provisioning, which may take maybe 1 hour. Just enable all the services and then come back to instance, start working on the instance configuration. This may take some time. Okay, clear? Next topic is on certification.
Jano, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry for interrupt you. I
yeah, go
have
on.
a question, and I want to pass some information for some colleagues that uh, for us as the SAP community, we we have to register an SAP to get the user ID. I think that maybe people can get wrong when you said that we need to have this SID for customer or for the partner. If we do the register in SIP, we can have access for in these pages. And other question I want to make it in this training we don't we have access to the provisioning.
No, you will not have.
Okay, I get one. Thank you.
Thank you.
I
Okay.
have a question, Venu. I raised my hand. So just a quick
Yeah.
one, actually. Who has the ownership when the release happens? When, as a consultant, if I'm associated with the implementation partner, are they
Mhm.
supposed to make a team and let us know that this is just go through the release details, and then they lead, or do we as consultant individually have to take the ownership of the release details?
Okay. So whenever the release happens, the communications will be sent to all of the consultants who are working for implementation partners. Now, if you have registered in community.successfactors.com, you'll be getting a notification. And as soon as these release features are available in, or even before these release features getting updated in the preview system, you'll be notified about the changes that are going to come. The 2H available now, that gets updated 1 week before, 1 week or 10 days before. And there are some webinars which will be scheduled by SuccessFactors, or you can go attend those webinars just to see what are the new features that are going to come. And once these release features updates in the preview system, okay, now preview, your customers will not have access to preview system. Preview system can only be accessed by consultants or some of the business users. Maybe someone from the customer can also have the access who knows about the product. Okay, like admins, they can also access preview system because they have to use this system for testing purpose. So we as a consultant, we log into system, we log into these preview systems and see, we compare with this table of contents what we have in community.successfactors.com, whether all of these features got updated or not. So first we have to test, go see, analyze and test these release features as a consultant. Okay, if you are working in Employee Central area, you need to go to this community.successfactors.com, download all the release features, see whatever features are applicable. Not every feature is applicable for every customer. You filter on the features that are required for your customer. You start working on them. Go analyze and see whether it is really needed for your customer or not, or what are those changes. You make a change. You can make a note of all of these changes in a PowerPoint presentation, okay, PPT, or in Word document. You take screenshots from your development system where you have know how the screen was looking before, and for the new changes, you can take a screenshot from the previous system, okay, paste it in your Word document or PPT. You need to explain this to your customer before this release gets updated into the production system, before every user from the customer end sees these fields. Before that, you need to go and explain them, communicate them that these are the new changes that are going to happen. Maybe earlier we were using this screen to go and approve the request. Now we have some additional buttons while approving the request. You can go and see this change in the production system after so and so date. So this you'll have to communicate.
Right.
You'll be
Thank you.
conducting workshops on the release management for customer before it
Hmm.
gets updated in production system.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So let's scroll down. A certification. Now we know that every consultant should have the certification to work on the implementation. So what does this certification contain, or from where we can do the certification? Okay. So the certification can be taken from your home itself. You don't have to go anywhere to get the certification. Yes, you subscribe for the certification, schedule your examination, take it from your home. All that you need is a mic and the webcam, because a proctor would be watching you when you're doing your certification. You should not keep any kind of material with you. Nobody should be sitting just beside you to help you out, or you should not be carrying mobile, or you should not be carrying any material with you while doing the certification. Throughout the certification, your a proctor would be watching you. Okay, you need to enable your webcam. And you will not be able to open any kind of documents in your system also. Once the examination starts, now the entire screen of your desktop or laptop, that will only show up your certification questions. You'll not be able to open any other web pages or the local applications. So examination contains 80 multiple choice questions. All of them are multiple choice, and these multiple choice questions, you will find some single answer. Okay, and wherever you have single answer, you'll see a radio button. And some multiple choice questions will also have multiple answers. And wherever there are multiple answers in the question itself, they'll specify that you need to select two correct answers for this, or three correct answers for this. And wherever you have multiple answers, you will see the radio button. Sorry, check boxes. Radio button for single answer and check boxes for multiple answers. I'll show you that now. Okay. And these 80 multiple choice questions are to be answered in 3 hours. And this information, you'll find it in training.sap.com as certification. Okay, this is SAP site. I'll add it here. Scroll down, view SAP certifications. And the certificate, every module will have a certification, and every module will have a ID for certification. These are all the certifications. Okay. And the code for Employee Central is THR81. Here, THR81 2311. 2311 is the version of the certification. 23 is year and 11 is the month, November. That means second half of 2023. The last time the certification got updated is on 2311. After every release, they will also update the certification. Okay, they'll include some questions in that area as well. Okay, so now the current version what we have is 2311. 2405 is yet to come. 2405 is 24 is the year, 05 is the month of the production release, May, right? So last release happened in the month of November, production release in November, and the preview release in October. So it always mentions the production release 2311. You go click on view details 2H 2023 SuccessFactors Employee Central Core 2H 2023. Okay. Now if you see here, this is about your certification. Examination contains 80 questions and the cutoff score is 69%. That means you should get 50, you should answer 56 of them correctly, close to 56, 55, 56. If you answer 56, you are passed. Okay. And 180
Is
minutes
there any
study is 3 hours.
negative marking in the system?
No, there are no negative marks. We'll have 80 questions. Each question contains 1 mark. Okay. And if you have answered 56 of them correctly, then you are passed. If you have answered 70 of them or 75 of them or 80 out of 80, even then you are passed. Nowhere in your certification they'll mention your percentage of marks that you got. Okay. Well, it is whether you are passed or failed. And there are 2 certifications. One is CER 006 where you get 6 attempts. This is in INR. It costs you somewhere 45 or 45 plus taxes, which goes on till I think 3 or 4,000 taxes, and it comes to 48 or 49. And then we also have one attempt CER 001, which costs you 18,223. The difference is here you will be getting 6 attempts, and here you're purchasing only 1 attempt. Now let's say you're doing certification, if you have failed in your first attempt, here you can use the other attempts. There are 6 attempts, right? So you lost 1 attempt and you can use other attempts. Here if you are losing 1 attempt, you need to purchase again the CER 001. Okay, this is showing you in INR because I have selected my country as INR here, India here. So you can also go change your country so that it changes the currency. Okay. Let me choose some other country here. Okay. I have selected United States. Now you see this in USD, 547 USD and 219 USD. Okay. And the topics for your certification, they have also given the areas from which you will be getting the questions. Employee Central, you have 41 to 50%, the core. This is on the core. And then you have 10 questions, 8 to 10 questions on position management, which comes to 11 to 20%. There are some scenario based questions for HR transactions and the workflows or the approvals. These two are the new, in the last release, they have introduced this scenario based questions. Okay, and even this position management. Earlier, they used to give all the other areas of Employee Central like position management, business rules, data models, imports, employee data, etc. But now they have clubbed into one part called Employee Central Core. 50%, like out of 80 questions, 40 questions would be coming from your Employee Central Core. Then 8 to 10 questions or 15 questions, you will see it in position management, 10 questions in scenario based, HR transactions and 10 questions in scenario-based approvals. Okay.
When I have a question related to that CR001. So once we purchase, what is the validity of that? Like if I purchase for 6
Validity,
attempts.
yeah, 6 attempts or 1 attempt, the validity is for 1 year. You can
Okay.
use this 6 attempts in a year. You can utilize here if you are using, if you have taken 6 attempts, you can utilize
Mm-hmm.
the other attempts to do certification of other modules. It is required to
Okay.
have certification in each module that you are implementing for the customer.
Okay. Okay. And the validity starts from the day when I take the subscription,
No,
right?
yeah, purchase. When you have purchased the subscription, the validity starts from there. If you have not used some of your attempts, at the end of the year, they will be elapsed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. If you want to see some questions, you can go here, click on view more, a sample examination. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
So how many certifications are we expected to do ideally?
Minimum is 1, maximum can be any number. If you are doing implementation in Employee Central, you should have certification of THR 81. And maybe now you have completed one of the Employee Central project and you are asked to do PMGM. Okay, maybe a support or implementation. Then your
You have to.
implementation partner will ask you to do the certification in that area before you start that project. Okay.
You can have.
So yes, go ahead. Sorry. Okay. So these are the guidelines for your examination. Okay, how to do your certification. I'll say continue. I'll see here. This is a sample. Time remaining is 20 minutes for some questions here. Okay. And now this is the example that I've given you. These are the check boxes. That means you have multiple answers. There are 2 correct answers and you need to select the correct answers. 2 correct answers. If you select one more or if you select a wrong answer, you don't get score for this. Okay, you need to answer both of them correctly. Now if you see, this is your radio button. You can only select one button here, either this or that. Okay, just selecting some
I have a question.
randomly. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was making my research on the certification
Hmm.
specialist.
Uh,
There is the one for professionals. So
So the basic one
an
that is
associate certificate.
required for your implementation would be THR 81. Okay, with that certification, you can with THR 81, you can do implementations for any customer. Now, there are some proficiency levels. You can do those as you grow in the organization. Like if you have reached a certain stage and you want to do the advanced courses, you can do that. But the basic version that you need is THR 81.
HRID. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So now the 5 questions are completed and you submit, you will get the scenario based questions here. You see here, these are scenario based. Now they have given the screenshots of some pages. Okay, you need to select the correct answer here. Okay, I'm randomly selecting some answers. Okay, I'll select. I'll not go through each and everything. Just select. Okay, submit. Once you submit, you'll get your score immediately on the screen. It says total score is 7 out of 10. So you got 70%. So you're passed. If it is more than 69%, you're passed. Okay? Clear? Immediately after your certification, immediately after submitting, you'll get your score. If you have failed, you want to do it, you want to take another attempt, you can take it up another immediately also. And depending on the availability of the slots. Clear on certification? So we'll stop it here for today. We'll continue tomorrow with some more topics. Okay. Any questions before we
Yeah,
wind up?
question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you will have up to 6 chances with
Yeah.
one payment.
Hmm.
So if you pass the certification in your first sitting, do you
Yes.
you can still use that same payment to?
No. You have made a payment for 6 attempts. If you have passed in the first attempt, you can utilize the other 5 attempts to do certification in other modules. Like you want
Okay,
to do a certification in performance management, you can use your second attempt or third attempt or fourth attempt or fifth attempt. You can
the same
do
payment,
up to
that same
6
single
different.
payment.
Yeah, that's on single payment of
Okay,
$540. We have one
okay.
more option of CER001. There you get only one attempt, $230 or $240 that it was showing up, right? So there you get only one attempt. First attempt, you do it in Employee Central, you are certified. Now you will not have any other attempts because you have already used that one attempt. Or if you have failed in the first attempt, again you need to purchase the subscription of $250. Whereas in the first one, CER006, you have 6 attempts. You failed in the first attempt, use second attempt. You failed in second attempt, you use third attempt. Okay, you don't have to pay it again there.
Venu, I
Okay,
have a
understood.
question.
Go ahead.
When you have started, you told like active certification.
Hmm.
So what does it mean?
I will talk more about that in tomorrow's session.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And finally, how long does the certification last?
Yeah, that also will speak. Talk to you tomorrow on that. That needs some explanation, so I'll do that in tomorrow's session. Okay. Thank you all. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Bye.
We'll connect back tomorrow.
Thank you, Venu.
Venu.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys. See you tomorrow.